Ladies and gentlemen, this is ALine Mask here. In this podcast, I am doing an interview with Brianna.BlackHeart. She is a TikToker, one of the greatest TikTokers that I do recommend to people if you ever want to get some inspiration, a little humor. Just go check her stuff out. But in this podcast, we do talk about Infernal Asylum at some point. So this is basically like a trigger warning to those who do not like Infernal Asylum. So without further ado, I do hope you guys enjoy the video. Alrighty, hello?
Hello!
Hey, thank you for joining my show. I'm actually really excited to have you in my podcast right now.
Yeah, likewise. This is my first one, so I'm ready.
Alrighty. First off, I just want to ask, how you doing right now?
I'm pretty good. Pretty excited.
Pretty excited. That's really good. I'm really happy to have you onto the show. Alright, so I kind of was studying your profile right now just so I could get some questions for you. I see that you do have 77.6k followers. How do you feel about that?
Honestly, it's sometimes surreal because, again, like most people, I started the app just on a whim, so.
And what made you want to do TikTok videos?
Just something to do.
Just something to do?
Yeah, just I saw it a few times and I'm like, you know what, give it a shot. And do a few things, so.
All right. And were you expecting to get this much followers, or was it just like
no.
a thing?
It just like happened all of a sudden. It was first just a few at a time, like, just a few people liked my stuff, and then it started to steadily grow, and I'm like, okay, this is happening.
Right. Alright, and then I noticed like sometimes, time to time, you do different characters. What is like your inspiration when it comes to all these characters?
So, basically, how it first started out is that they were like full components of my personality, like like the anger, and then like the maybe hatred here, or like the innocence and purity, and they were all just like key aspects of like different points of a personality.
Right. For an example, I'm assuming your number one character is Daria. Is that the succubus demon? Is that her name?
Yes, Daria Scarlet, my succubus OC.
Was she like your very first one, or was there a different one?
So Brianna.BlackHeart was the very first one. She was the face of the page, and then, TikTok kind of took a dip. And Daria became the face.
Right. And what's the backstory of Daria?
Alright, so Daria was actually originally human. She was pretty jealous because Brianna was getting all the attention. Brianna was over here, Brianna was over that. She was jealous over the fact that she got all that attention. So what she did is that she created a ritual to steal power from Brianna so she herself could become a demon. However, she did it with ill intention. Brianna and her were supposed to be friends, but she was jealous of her. So you mix that ill intention with her becoming a demon, and you get a succubus.
Right.
So, yeah.
And then my next character I wanted to ask you was Talia.
Talia.
Talia. What inspired to do that character?
So, obviously, we're in the middle of a pandemic.
Right.
And I basically centered it around what if, Corona suddenly had mutation effects. And, what would the world look like now? Would we be like The Walking Dead, or would we be in a more evolved state of the virus and all of that stuff? So I created a world and a character where it would be kind of my ideal world if we were to ever have an apocalypse.
Right.
So.
And then I know I'm part of one of the hunters, such as my character Dan.
Yes.
What made you choose me as one of the hunters?
So when I first saw your character, I was like, you seem more like of a snatcher or a wanderer type, one that kind of just seemed like he would be out on his own. But then you started, duetting some of the stories with Talia, and I'm like, this actually seems fitting. Your character seems more of a character that, like, would be there, but, like, not if he had a choice, Like, yeah, I'll be there, but I'll take my time getting there.
Right. Well, here's like a little backstory of that, and I'm planning to do this for my upcoming videos after I move into my apartment. Is Dan? He actually used to belong to another group when the virus barely started kicking in,
Oh.
but the leader of that group, he started like. I would say he started to become more of a bad guy. When he first came out, he was a good guy. He wanted to help people, but somehow down the road, he started betraying people. He started betraying his own group, and Dan was basically his right-hand man. He was always there when he needed Dan. But all of a sudden, he starts betraying Dan too.
Oh.
And one day, they end up having a fight, a shootout, and he ends up using the baseball bat, which Dan has now. He uses the baseball bat on him to smash his head in and leave him in an apartment somewhere. And that's when you, as Dahlia, and maybe another hunter or whoever, as you guys are out doing some hunting or scavenging, that's when you find Dan just laying on the floor half dead, and that's when you save him. And that's when Dan decides he'd rather be loyal to somebody who saves his life than someone who will backstab him.
Makes sense. It's actually nice to hear his story now that I have more perspective on him.
Right. So this is like what I try to do is like Dan will be the Black Knight for Dahlia. Whenever she needs somebody, he's the one who will be there for her.
That actually sounds fitting.
And he saves. And I did like some research on the what's that app called? Discord, about the group. Everybody's main weapon is mostly a gun. Meanwhile, Dan's main weapon is a baseball bat. The reason why I say his is a baseball bat, because I'm assuming in the pandemic, even like in The Walking Dead, bullets are just so scarce.
Rare. Very rare.
Yeah, they're like super rare. So it's like Dan rather have something that it's always gonna be right in his hand, and ready to go, instead of be like, damn, I need to save my bullets.
Yeah.
And he does have a revolver, but that's just like his last resort if he ever needs it to use it. So yeah, Dan uses a bat, the bat that he got hit with, but he wraps it with barbed wire, and he hopes to find, his old leader and finish him off for himself.
I love a good vendetta story.
Now for Thalia, I understand it's that her dad has died from, what exactly was it again?
So I still have, TikToks to play out on it, but what happened was that Talia and her father were sent out like on a suicide mission. Talia barely managed to escape, but her father obviously got snatched by the Tentoria, which is what I refer to the zombies in this world. They're referred to as Tentoria.
Right. And is it something like it will come to a conclusion soon, or are you still trying to like figure out how will we end this story?
I have a pretty good idea on how I want to end this. Is just getting to the point is what I'm still currently working on.
Right.
Have an ending, don't have a plot.
Right. And let's see, what else is there? So like, how would like Thalia form the group? Like, how does she pick who's gonna be in it and who's gonna be what?
So how Talia works is that mainly she walks around the frontier, and usually newcomers come in and she wants to see them settle in. She wants to see what they do. Mainly if the person doesn't seem to trust the new frontier or anything, she knows that they trust their gut over anything else. Yeah, you can trust a person and say, like, oh yeah, you can come with me, this place is safe. But, we've seen The Walking Dead. We've seen what happened in that one place. They welcomed them in open arms, and then they turned out to all be cannibals.
Right.
So basically what Talia really wants to look for is you trusting your gut over anything else, because your gut never lies to you. She wants to make sure that you're able to make a conscious decision on yourself. Yeah, we're all a group, but she wants you to understand that when it comes down to it, it should be you. Because if you're alive, hope stays alive.
Right. And like, in the future, do you have like some sort of plan to meet your father's killer head on, or do you plan on having a group together? Like, how would you plan this out?
So, this person is the one that caused Talia's father's death is actually a big face, so she's going to need a group for it.
Right.
So she's going to need to put aside her spunkiness and her hard-headedness and let people in fully so she can trust them.
Right. Because how I come to imagine it, I don't know if you're a Avengers fan, but you ever seen the movies. I think it was Endgame when they all get together and they battle Thanos.
Oh, that scene was beautiful.
I kind of imagine it like that's gonna be you with a bunch of
hunters.
Yeah, hunters, final fight, frontiers.
I can see that. Yep. That honestly sounds amazing.
Your next character, I see you. I'm thinking this is a new character, or you just haven't really used him in quite a while. Her name is Ariana. Is that how you say it?
Iriana.
Okay. Is this a new character, or is this something that you have played?
She's actually a rather old one. It's just that I've resurfaced her. I've dusted her off.
And what made you bring her back?
So, while doing Daria videos and all the out of cosplay, Ariana is one of my most serious characters. So I wanted to do it. I wanted to bring back a role that I kind of enjoyed playing more than playing, like a seductive role or just being me. Like, I wanted to bring a full-on serious character.
Right.
And I was hoping to get a good response, but, the cosplay community isn't always on top of the game on TikTok anymore.
Well, I like her. I mean, I like the design of her. I like the way you have the ears, the fangs, and the eyes. It's like everything about this character, it seems to really work very well with you.
Thank you. Really appreciate that.
Yeah, you're welcome. And what is the background story of this character?
Alright, so hers is because I wanted her to be more serious, to have more reasoning behind why she absolutely trusts no one and almost hates everybody. So Ariana's story is that it took place during the fantasy times with elves and all of that, and Ariana was an entertainer within her court. She served for the queen. She sang for her. One day, the Lycans? That's how you pronounce it? The Lycans, who had promised to protect the forest that they belonged to, had suddenly just left. And in doing so, they left the elves defenseless to the vampires. So the vampires swooped upon Erie's village and took everybody captive, including her daughter and her husband. Now, Erie and her family were randomly selected to be taken to the castle to become the royal family's personal feeding vessels, the personal thralls. Now, Erie was forced to watch her husband and her daughter get drained right in front of her. And, that's pretty traumatizing. So, for many, many years, she became the personal favorite. So they kept her alive because her blood tasted good. There wasn't anything special about it, it just tasted good. So, one day, one gets drunk off of another one, another thrall that had, a chemical in his blood, and he got drunk off of it. So he goes and he feeds off of Erie, accidentally injecting her with his venom, turning her into a vampire. Now, new vampires are always the most dangerous because they're fresh, they're brand new, they have brand new powers. She went completely ballistic on the castle, completely tearing into everybody, just ripping everyone to shreds. And then she burned the place down. And she just continued to live her life, but she didn't want to get close to anyone because it was the worst pain she had ever felt. She just refuses to trust anyone due to the fact that the Lycans had abandoned her with no reasoning and had all of that. But she trusts no one, loves no one, believes in no one.
Right. And I do see like on your captions or on your hashtags it says vampire and elf. Is she like a half breed or?
Oh yeah, because originally she was just an elf, but then she got shifted into a vampire during the attack. So she's a vampire elf hybrid.
All right, cool. And I know like when people develops a new character or whenever they design a character, they always throw a little of themselves into the character. So my question is, do you have like a personal connection with this one, or is this something random you just picked?
So this one is actually, I do have a personal connection to Eerie. It's not that, obviously our pasts aren't similar, but we both come to the mindset that like it's hard to trust people nowadays. You have to really, really know that person. Because, everyone nowadays is just full of shit and all of that. Not everybody, but most people.
No, it's understandable. It's like when you meet somebody new, you can't really just trust them right off the bat because you just don't know who they are
or what their intentions
what
are.
Their intention is. Yeah. So it's actually completely understandable when we live in a time where, basically anyone from any corner, from anywhere, is some sort of sociopath, psychopath. Could be just anyone at anything.
Yeah.
And what about Talia? Do you have like some sort of personal connection with her?
I think I don't really her due to the fact that she's most similar, already looks like me, and I already kind of have her personality.
Right.
So.
But if this were to happen, like let's say the world of Talia were to happen, would that be you?
That's the me I hope to be.
I mean, I like it. I like her. I mean, she's a really interesting character. She has a dark, backstory, but yet she can still be silly and fun.
Yeah, and crack a few smiles. Like, she can show that, hey, I'm still human.
Right, and she's very welcoming, so it's not like, she's stuck up or anything.
Yeah, but she does give off that aura where she's like, hey, don't screw around.
Right. And what about Daria? Do you have like some sort of connection with her?
Confidence. Daria is my confidence.
Alright, that's good. And okay, I found another character of yours. ALine, am I saying that name right? ALine. Okay, sorry. I'm really horrible when it comes to names.
No, that's alright.
Alright, and what's her backstory?
Alright, so ALine was actually created with my TikTok brother, Akumu Nightmare, who's a big Resident Evil fan. In the beginning, I was in Resident Evil. Like, I kind of liked the movies, but I didn't know anything past the movies. So, after he discovered that, he kind of started throwing the games and the lore and all of that at me. And, I started to prefer the games and the lore over the movies. So, ALine was created to be a BOW, which is, a bioorganic weapon. A weapon that's created within the laboratories to, help serve Umbrella. So, I created her to be a successful humanoid BOW, created with the virus, with the strand of the virus. Just kind of, like Mr. X or Nemesis, one of those, a tyrant, but
Right.
one that was small, which is why she was considered defective, because she was a lot smaller than the other tyrants.
But in a way, I kind of see that as an advantage because, as Mr. X or Nemesis, they're freaking massive and huge, and you can't really say they can get around places, especially small places. Meanwhile, ALine, she looks like she's the type of person that will sneak up on you, like through the air vents or through the tunnels, like somewhere where she could hide herself, and whenever somebody walks by, that's when she'll come out and attack.
Yeah. However, they wanted to understand why she was small, so they put her through countless experiments, which caused her mind to, snap, which is why she has this crazy personality. Is because she doesn't understand how to really function as a normal person.
Right. And is she like a type of person that will just charge at you, or she'll sneak up on you?
Depending on the situation, she'll do either or. If you're facing her, she'll probably charge. But if you're not, she'll sneak up. And she likes to play games.
Okay, yeah. Right. Let's see, what else is there? And I don't know if I already asked this, do you have like a personal connection with her?
The wildness.
The wildness? Okay, yeah, because I've seen some videos where when you're not cosplaying, you're just being your goofy self, and it's all funny. It really is.
Yeah, that's actually how I am in real life.
Which is good. It's always a good thing to be, just to be silly and have fun, especially in the time we are in right now. Definitely. It's always a good thing to make yourself laugh.
Which is why I don't really want to post anything negative on my profiles. I want to keep it where it's a happy place so people don't have to worry about what's going on in this fucking world.
Right. And who is your most favorite character to cosplay as?
I have to admit, Daria is super fun to put on, especially because I change up her outfits every once in a while. I'll throw her in my BTS crop top and shorts, or I'll throw her in her elegant club dress, or her original outfit, or her dominatrix outfit. She's got the most outfits, and it's just fun. It's kind of like a Barbie,
Right.
All these different combinations that I can put her in.
Right. I do have something to say. I hope you won't get offended by this, but when I first saw your videos, I thought you were just some emo trouble kid. I was like, okay, oh god, she's just one of those.
Yeah, I fit in the category.
So, but then when I started watching your videos, I was like, oh no, you know what? She seems really cool. She's really funny. She has a great personality. So it's just don't judge a book by its cover. You just don't know who they are until you actually, see who they are. And what else is there? So I was kind of looking at your merch right now too. What inspired to make merch?
Merch? So that merch page is kind of old. Back when before celebrities and all of them started coming to TikTok, the cosplay community, as you remember, was huge on TikTok. Everybody loved it. So people were pumping out merch, and I was like, I really want people to appreciate my characters a little bit more, because I put a lot of work in them. And there were several people actually asking, hey, do you have a merch line? I would love to have Brianna on a shirt or on the phone case. And I was like, oh, that would be incredible. And not only that, but people were kind enough to help me with the art, because I'm not too good with, drawing.
Right. I was about to ask that. So who helps you when it comes to the design?
So I have a friend that I made on Discord. They go by Lynn. They're my personal artist. If I could send a link to you later, if you can put it on the podcast, so you can actually kind of promote them.
Yeah, because what I'm gonna do is not only am I gonna upload it to the app that I'm using right now, but I'm also gonna upload it to my YouTube. So like, I'm gonna have like a little list at the bottom of, if people wants to contact these people for any other reason, here's the list of how to contact them.
Yeah, that would be nice.
And as I'm going through your guys' merch right now, I see you got some shirts, some bags. I think that's a poster. Let me just click on it real quick. Oh no, it's is it a sticker? I think it's just a sticker.
Probably there's stickers on there.
And are these your ideas, or is this like a second party idea?
A few of them are my ideas, like the Rulers of Purgatory and the Daria ones. But the two Brianna ones weren't my idea. They were the artists.
Right. And how does this merch thing work? Like, do you have to buy the shirts, or people just order it and then you just make the shirts right there?
So people just buy it straight from the site, and then the site takes a portion to make the shirt and then just send it to them. Yeah.
Right. All right. And if this one's too personal, I understand. You don't have to answer it. So I see you made an OnlyFans. What inspired for you to do that?
So in the beginning, it was to help pay bills, but also it started to really boost my confidence. Like, I was getting a really positive response, and I don't even do like all the full stuff. I just do mainly, like a swimsuit model would do. And I
Right.
got such a positive response from it, and I just made me feel really good about myself, so I continued to do it.
Which is good. Is what is he? Your boyfriend? Is he just your boyfriend right now?
Yes, he's my boyfriend.
Yeah. Is he okay with this? Or do you guys ever talked about it?
I discussed it with him beforehand, and he was completely all right with it.
All right, which is good, because you don't really need drama or whatever when it comes to just stupid shit like that. So for Twitch, did you do TikTok first or did you do Twitch first?
I did TikTok first. I was gaming way before TikTok, but I made the Twitch afterwards.
Yeah, what made you want to do
So,
Twitch?
In the beginning, I wanted to just try streaming, but I did kind of discover that I liked making content more than just sitting and gaming and talking.
Right. Because I watched Twitch before, and honestly, I can't really get into it. I mean, don't get me wrong, I love video games, but I just can't really stand when people are freaking talking. I have to concentrate on the game. And I tried Twitch a few times. It doesn't really work for me. One, it keeps breaking on me, and two, people say I'm boring because I don't talk, but it's like, I'm sorry, it's just I have to concentrate on the game. I just
Not
don't
only that,
talk.
it's hard to find out things to say. Like, you find yourself going quiet, then you're like, what should I say? What should I say? And then you kind of look stupid on the screen, and yeah, it's kind of hard.
Right. And it is kind of hard because, like I said, I watch other people and they just make comments of everything. Be like, oh my god, I didn't see that coming. Oh my god, this is so awesome. And majority of the time, they will miss something. They'll be like, what just happened? I miss it, guys. What just happened? And it's like, well, maybe you shut the fuck up. You don't know what happened. But whenever I try Twitch, I think the most entertaining thing you'll see me do is the guy hasn't fucking blinked for 2 hours.
Oh my god. He's just staring menacingly at the screen.
Right, that's like me right there. Or like if you see a picture of me, I'll be standing so perfectly still that you'll think that's just a sticker of me. Until I move it, and people will be like, shit, you're real?
No, a mannequin.
So, for Twitch and TikTok, what is like your goal? Like, are you hoping to be entertaining, funny, or what is like your goal when it comes to these two
So
things?
for TikTok, I'm hoping that like I'll catch sight of an agency that will help me get into an acting role. I really, really, really want to try it. And
Like, are you hoping to be like in a TV show,
I'm
movies,
hoping to give it
or
like yeah, I'm hoping to be able to like experience what that's like. Cause
right? With the amount of followers you have, it's like you're getting
yeah,
there.
I really do feel like I'm getting there slowly but surely, and it's been fun.
It really is. And what would be like your goal? Like, would you be hoping to be in horror films, like comedy
I'm
stuff?
hoping to be in fantasy/horror films. I really want I
That
really
would
want
be
to be
really
like
cool.
able to like have the movie grade props and costumes and just see myself on screen looking like an elf or a vampire and all of that.
And what would you not be doing?
Probably comedy films due to the fact that I probably wouldn't be able to stop laughing. I cannot. If I find something funny, I'm going to laugh at it. I can't.
Right. And what about Twitch? What are you hoping
So
for that one?
I'm actually thinking about getting back into it because my boyfriend had offered to make me one of those virtual, like, avatars, like one of those ones that are in like the corner of the screen, but it's not you. It's one of like the VR. I think it would be
Right.
funny if it was the avatar instead of me. Yeah.
Right. Um, well, when I move into my new apartment, I'm hoping to, get back on Twitch because I'm thinking my router is the one that's messed up, so I'm gonna get a brand new one. But I haven't really decided what I'm gonna do just yet because I just have so many ideas for TikTok that
You don't have time
I just can't
to
really
Twitch,
fit
right?
in Twitch.
Yeah, likewise.
Yeah.
I actually have a few surprises planned for my TikTok.
And do you have any upcoming characters that you're thinking of developing?
Not currently, because I'm putting all my time
Not
and
currently.
energy in the characters that I've brought back and all of that.
Which is good because you can't really have too many because it's
I
kind of
already have too
overwhelming.
many characters. I had to bench some because they were too difficult to continue to put on.
Right. And so I don't know if you remember this, but in one of your videos, you showed a video of how your boyfriend found you attractive due to this one video that kind of made you
Yeah.
look like a boy. What made you, or what went through your mind when he
So
said that?
it was more me that pointed it out. So we were just sitting there one day and I was scrolling through my old videos because I like to look back on to see how I've developed into who I am now. Like it's crazy to see the difference. But when I was looking back at it,
Right.
like he started talking to me when I looked like that, not when I looked like this. So it just got me thinking, wait, I was like very tomboyish stage. Yet he fell in love with that, it seemed like. So it just got me thinking. he insists he's straight. But if I look like that, it just, made me question a few things. Yeah.
Right. No, to be honest, when I saw that, I was almost tempted to ask him, is he gay? Because you almost did look like
I
an
know.
actual boy
I
in
know.
that video.
But he insists he's completely straight.
I mean, you look more like a girl now, and you act like. So it's like you can't really say it's not true, but still at the same time.
I like to tease him about it.
And and I see you did a duet with this I'm not really sure if I sing her name right, Miss Twisted.
Oh,
She's like cosplays an owl sometimes. So I see that you did a duet with her, and you have all these owl stuffies. Is owls your favorite animal?
Yes, I completely adore owls.
What made you like owls?
It happened with due to my first encounter with one. So, I was about 5 years old, and I was outside playing, and I had walked up to the fence, and literally this owl just swoops down and lands right in front of me. And it was just this beautiful, and it was chubby brown owl, and it just looked at me. And I was just staring back at it, and it just looked at me. Like, we were just staring at each other. Like, I had never seen a more beautiful, beautiful creature. Like, it just mesmerized me. And then it bit me. Because I tried to pet it. But just, I don't know what it was, but it was the feeling of just staring at the owl was just so surreal. So magical. I just felt like I connected with it. I don't know if that sounds weird, but
no, we all have our own connections. Like for example, my chinchilla. For some reason, I have a chinchilla and a bearded dragon.
I'm sorry, chinchillas are cute.
No, he is. A lot of people has asked me, how come I don't post videos of him? It's like I'm not like one of those TikTokers that they have all these adorable pets, and majority of the time they'll have them in their videos. So it's kind of hard to especially like my style of videos, which is mostly horror and comedy, and then all of a sudden you see a chinchilla right there. So it's kind of hard to throw them in there.
You can say you do horror and comedy. You could be like, stab, stab. Oh my god, a chinchilla in the background. Yeah, I mean, just, a little comic relief. Oh, tragedy. Oh, look, a chinchilla.
Right. And, well, to be honest, I kind of get a little jealous because there has been a few times I do throw him in there, and all of a sudden he gets more likes than I do in my own videos.
I can see that.
So I was like, okay, you're done. You're retired.
Stop making me look good.
And let's see, what else do I have for you? So let's just say that, you get a call to be in a TV show, in a movie. Would you still be making TikTok videos?
Because, this is where I started, and also, it's fun. I like collecting the audios and syncing up to what character would be with that audio.
Right. And let's see, what else? I'm trying to find that one girl you used to do videos with, but I can't seem to find her for some reason. It must be a long time ago.
I'm trying to think who you would be talking about.
She was that African American lady
that
I used to do a lot of videos with.
Luna.
Oh, I just found her. So, what happened between you two? Because you guys used to do some videos, and then you guys just stopped.
So, unfortunately, she had stopped making videos of the characters that I would usually duet with. She had stopped due to, she had to move due to, family issues, personal issues. And I continued to make videos of that character, but I couldn't, you know, duet or do any videos with her because she was doing everything else. It was unfortunate,
Right.
but I completely understood.
Do you still talk to her time to time?
Yeah, we still
or
talk.
not really? And did she ever mention a
She's hoping,
on,
she's
or
hoping to,
just
but
like right now is not a good time?
she's got to situate a few other things before she can actually come back to TikTok. If you look at her account, she's actually hasn't posted much.
Yeah, because I just found her right now, and it looks like the last video was, it was actually 2
she
months
hasn't
ago?
posted too much lately. Yeah.
Which is understandable. We all have to like take care of our personal problems and our personal needs, because otherwise, you know, our videos are not just gonna be as good as we want them to be. Now, when you make your videos, do you put in a lot of effort or not really?
It depends on the day. So sometimes it's not too hard depending on the character. Like when I'm eerie, if I'm like in a like super happy mood, it's super hard, you know, to fall into a serious role. Like, cause I want to smile and stuff. Like, I'd be looking at myself trying to be serious on the screen, and I just like, that's funny. Look at you trying to be serious. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it's sometimes difficult. So like, it takes a little more effort to like keep a straight face. Like, I gotta relax those muscles and all of that. But like, if I'm, you know, being Daria or ALine, like I can crack smiles here and there. It's fine. It's completely okay because it fits the character. But like,
and is Brianna.BlackHeart the very first name you started with, or did you have another name before that?
No, Brianna.BlackHeart is what I started with. Brianna.BlackHeart has been my handle for ever since I joined the internet.
Which is good, because I actually changed my name 2 times. The first time, I actually had my real name because I was thinking, like, you know what, I'll probably make some videos. I'm not going to get that much followers, so this is going to be like whatever. But after I gained over 500, I was like, okay, you know what, I better change my name because I don't want to get stalkers. I don't want people looking me up. But I had a trouble of what should my new name be? So I started developing some names. Nothing was really catching my eyes. And I looked around my room, and I have like a collection of masks hanging on my wall. And I'm like, let's see, I have a line of masks on my wall. And every time I make a video, I'm always changing my mask. And that's when I decided, you know what, my new name should be ALine Mask. And I just actually ordered a new mask, so when I get to my new apartment, my new mask should be coming in, and that's when I'm gonna have another character coming in.
May I ask what this character is?
You've probably seen him already, because the mask I ordered the first time, it came out shitty. Like, oh, it's just really horrible. He's a doctor. I don't know if you played Dead by Daylight.
I do. The doctor that shocks everyone.
Yeah. Well, the mask I got for him, it did not come out as I liked. Like, everyone says, like, oh, I liked it. Oh my god, you did it good. But I'm like, really? Because the mask looks shitty as hell.
It always comes down, if you don't like it, you know, fix it. You are posting, you know, on your profile. It is your profile. So if you don't like something, you know, fix it.
Right. And that's what I did. So I looked around, did some research, and I finally found one that actually looks exactly like his face.
I'm excited to see it.
So I'm excited for that. Everything should be coming out this weekend. I want to say out of all my characters, I think Dan is like my most favorite one.
Yeah, I like how you put the blood splatters on his face. It looks really realistic.
Yeah, because the blood I actually got was from
That's
Spirit.
blood.
Like
That's blood. That's from Spirit Halloween.
Yeah, that's blood. Yeah. And like I said, when Dan and his old leader got into a fight, he finally smashes his head, and that's where all that blood is coming from.
Wow.
And what Dan likes to do is like he still likes to keep the cut a little fresh, just as a reminder of, hey, I got betrayed, but even though Dahlia is gonna be my new leader, I trust her because I was on the brink of death and she saved me.
Yeah, and she would probably tease him a little bit though about the wound.
Which is all
It's
good.
like, yeah, you know that's gonna get infected, right?
But let's see, what else is there? So besides Twitch and TikTok, what else do you do
I
for
do
free
post
time?
quite a bit on Instagram. I play Pokemon Go. And I watch a crap ton of anime.
Like, what is your most favorite
Currently,
anime to watch?
it's Hunter x Hunter.
See, I try watching that, but for some reason
Which
I
is
can't really get
understandable.
into it.
It was a little difficult for me in the beginning, but you know, I gave it a strong chance and completely fell in love with the characters, the storylines. It's just, it's a pretty good anime if you give it a really strong chance.
That's what a lot of people has told me. They said like the first couple of episodes, yeah, it's
It
kind
is.
of boring, it's kind of hard to watch, but if you continue it, that's when it starts getting really good.
That's kind of how, like, you know, that's my story. Like, I just didn't feel like, you know, watching it. Like, it was suggested to me several times. I'm like, I've heard things, and it's just, But, like, you know what? Let's, you know, don't judge a book by its cover. So, I gave it a strong chance. And about 6 episodes in, I fell in love with several of the characters. The storyline was starting to get really good. And the storyline shifts several times. It goes to different angles, like different arcs, if you will. So it gets pretty good.
Right. Because I imagine something like that. For example, The Walking Dead, the first few episodes, yeah, it's just super boring. It's kind of hard to watch. But if you continue it, it actually gets good, especially when you get to the Negan part. Oh my god, that's when it gets really good. Have you seen Fear of the Walking Dead?
I have seen a few episodes, but I kind of stopped because, you know, it wasn't really the same.
Right. I try watching it, but I just think it's kind of hard for me to watch it because you're basically watching it from the beginning again,
a different cast,
just with
this
another
cast
group's
is more
perspective.
Kind-ish. Yeah, which is why I kind of
Right.
stopped because they more complained than did anything productive like the other people did.
Right. So rewinding a few steps back to TikTok. Oh shoot, let me go back to your profile again. So yeah, so you have 77.6k followers, but as I'm going through some of your videos, some of them gets like 700 views, 800 views, 6,000 views. Does that like bother you sometimes, or
a little
you
bit
just
of
don't really
both.
mind that?
It bothers me because some of those videos I put a lot of effort in, and I would like them to, you know, kind of be out there so they could be seen. But, you know, at the same time, it's like, you know, I do this for fun. You know, the people who like it and see it appreciate it. So that makes me pretty happy. It's just I wish that, you know, more people would be able to see it. Because I feel like TikTok shadow bans cosplay content. It's not the, you know, the people's fault. It's TikTok, you know,
Right.
not letting it really be seen.
And do you believe in the shadow ban, such as when somebody likes your videos like 10 times in a row? Do you really think that's real?
Not too much. Like, again, my view rate is, it's either good or bad. Like, but like I've had spam likes and it didn't really affect anything. Like, I still had it before those spam likes, so I don't think it really affects anything, to be honest. It's just people just trying, as long as you actually watch the video, not like,
Just like
Yeah.
like 10 videos within
just,
3
pay
seconds?
attention to the content. Don't just like it because you're like, oh, yay, I'm gonna like all these, so it looks like, I like this person. And we can tell, too,
Right.
Some of our videos are longer than 15 seconds.
Right, because I'm like thinking, what proof is there that when somebody spam likes your videos,
Yeah,
it
and
kind of
I
shadow
don't
bans
usually
your
get,
videos?
spam liked. But when I do, like, it doesn't affect anything. Again, I already have the shadow ban before the spam like, so...
Have you ever have some videos taken down
A
for
few,
no
a
reason
few.
at all? A few?
So,
And like, what would be some of the videos?
recently there was actually a video that I had posted 2 years ago that just got attacked. It was just a video of Brianna talking about, what was the, it was to the song, it was a Hollywood Undead song. She was just lip-syncing to a Hollywood Undead song, twirling her cane, but it apparently got taken down for dangerous acts. I'm like, so twirling a cane is apparently deadly.
I know, just the other day, I actually made a video of my back, and I forgot what the audio was, but it was just my back was turned, and then at a certain point, that's when I turn around slowly. And that video got taken down due to dangerous act, and I was like, all I did was turn
Careful, you
around.
might break
What
your
did I
back.
do wrong?
Apparently. I don't know, some of
Apparently.
the guidelines and TikTok's views on things is really twisted.
Right, because like it says like you can't do one thing, but yet when a certain person does it, they're like,
Exactly.
oh, we'll just turn a blind eye on that.
It's kind of ridiculous.
Is there? Yeah, it is. Is there like a time where you're about to give up on TikTok?
A few times when, just the other day, I was trying to upload 5 videos of Talia. As you can see, only 3 of them had been able to surface. And it's frustrating because, again, some of these videos have nothing wrong with them. Like, again, it's just feels like TikTok is favoring the higher-ups rather than us. Us cosplayers used to be at the top of TikTok. Like, we inspired people. We made people want to cosplay and be more open with themselves. Now we have celebrities doing that, making fun of things and stuff like that. It's just super irritating.
Right. And so I see that do you follow him, or I'm not really sure if you actually do? Infernal
I
Asylum?
did follow him, yes.
Okay, I see you. Yeah, you do. Before he deleted his first account, what was your thoughts, or do you know
I
the
do
reason
know the
why he
reason,
deleted his first
but
account?
I always believed that that drama should stay within the party. Like, I do believe what he did was completely wrong. Like, it wasn't okay, but I do like his characters. Like, he made some nice content, but
Right.
that drama was kind of stressful and stuff. Like, it was really bad, and it just kind of got really ugly.
Right. I actually end up doing some research on him just to like see if there's any loopholes or like, because people tend to like
Yeah.
extend the truth or they make it more dramatic than necessary. And it turns out these girls were not the first ones. He actually has done it to multiple women to the point where he's actually banned from Universal Studios. Because apparently he actually used to work for Universal Studios, but he just did it to so many women. They're like, okay, you know what, dude, you need to get the fuck out of here, and I don't want to see you ever again.
I wasn't aware of that.
Yeah, I was really shocked when I found that out. And it's like, don't get me wrong, I like the guy.
Yeah,
like
he
you
makes
said, his
really
content
cool
is really
characters.
good. I'm not gonna lie, he was actually my number one inspiration of making videos. Because the way his characters were, I was like, you know what? This guy is so amazing. I want to make videos now.
His stuff was pretty cool.
But I do see, like, time to time, people still give him a hard time on it. But it's like, it's understandable. But it's like,
You keep
how
bringing
can
it
we
up.
actually move on from what he did? I mean, it's really hard.
It is.
It
It
really
literally
hard
is.
some
And
serious
like,
shit.
all the victims and stuff, like, they'll bring it up. Like, they'll remember. It's just, it's sad that it happened. Like, people should know better.
Right. And he got
As
himself
long
a
as
girlfriend,
he's
which is
trying
actually
to,
really
make
good.
amends
So
and
at
fix
least
what he's
now,
done.
this way, right? A lot of people have said like they think it's the fame
Could
that
have
got
been.
to his head.
He did have a big following.
I mean, it could, cause yeah, he did. Like, I'm not really much of a fan of this person.
Yeah.
Justin Bieber. He was an actual punk when he was a kid. He was a big asshole, and he actually grew up. Like, I just saw like one of his interviews, and he was like, "Hey, you know what, guys? I want to apologize for the way I act, the way I was being an asshole. I mean, you gotta kind of understand a 15-year-old with millions of dollars. True. How do you think he's gonna
king
act?
Of the world.
But he learned his lesson and he cleaned up his
Again,
act.
as long as you make amends for your wrongdoings, you'll eventually be forgiven.
Right. Alright. Which I'm really hoping for. So you got 3 minutes left. Is there any last things you want to say or any questions you have?
Sure. So, you did mention my boyfriend earlier. He is here with me. Did you want to ask him anything? He used to be a TikToker himself.
There's actually a lot of questions I want to ask him, but we're not gonna really have enough time for the last 2 minutes we have. But I'll actually like to do a podcast with him because I have some questions for him, and with you two, or maybe all three of us can get together because I could actually add multiple people at once.
He accepts.
All right. So right now I'm gonna have to do just some editing for our podcast, and hopefully I'll make a schedule with him to do one.
Likewise.
I really appreciate this so much.
And I look forward to doing it again.